Hello everyone. Federal government expresses sorrow over a tragic fire outbreak at a ski resort in Switzerland. Governor Abiodun reaffirms inclusive growth agenda grants clemency to 71 inmates. Bayelsa State gets new commissioner of police. A lovely day to you all. I am Kings Ojalo. Now the news in details. The federal government has expressed deep sorrow over a tragic fire outbreak at a ski resort in Switzerland on New Year's Day, which reportedly claimed dozens of lives and left several others injured. In a condolence message conveyed in a statement by the spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Kimebe Abimfa, in Abuja, the state noted that Nigeria received the news of the incident with profound sadness. Report says the fire broke out in the early hours of January 1st at the Constellation Bar in Grants, Montana, one of Switzerland's most exclusive destinations, at a time when the resort was busy with New Year celebrations. Emergency service were said to have responded swiftly to the incident, while injured victims were taken to nearby medical facility for their treatment. Meanwhile, Swiss authorities have since commenced investigations to determine the cause of the blast, as the incident cast a shadow over New Year festivities in the popular alpine resort known for attracting tourists from around the world. Moving ahead, the Minister of State for Defense, Dr. Bello Mohammed Matawale, has maintained active oversight of Nigeria's defense sector throughout 2025, engaging in strategic leadership, international diplomacy, and institutional reforms. A statement by the Northern Youth Concerned Citizens, NYCC, through the chairman, Dr. Ibrahim Buhari Molifashi, says the year began with a focus on personal morale and national security traditions. The minister also presented the 2025 defense budget to the National Assembly and participated in the high-level engagements with international defense support firms. In Kaduna, Matawale unveiled a redesigned corporation logo for the Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria and also co-chaired the National Defense College Governing Board meeting and engaged African defense leaders in Abuja. Moving to Bayelsa, the police command in Bayelsa State has welcomed a new commissioner of police, Daniel Inyama, who takes over from Francis Idu following his promotion to assist Inspector General of Police. The new commissioner, Inyama, noted that Bayelsa's vast waterways, oil and gas installations, and vibrant youth population required policing strategies that were adaptive, inclusive, and responsive to both conventional and emerging security challenges. He stressed that the security of life, property, and critical assets remained the top priority of the Nigeria Police Force, adding that he had been fully briefed on revealing challenges in the state. Having served in Bayelsa previously as Deputy Commissioner in the State Criminal Investigation Department and as Deputy Commissioner of Police, Inyama said he was a way of exiting security issues and would improve the current architecture decisively. He emphasized that the command had adopted a zero-tolerance approach to all forms of violence and organized crime, including kidnapping, armed robbery, sea piracy, and illegal possession of firearms. Now moving to Ogun State. Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has commended residents of the state for their unwavering support of his administration, reaffirming that his focus in the new year remains the building of a prosperous, inclusive, and economically diversified Ogun State. anchored in a strategic infrastructure and human capital development. Governor Abiodun, who made his known in his 2026 New Year broadcast, described Ogun State not merely as a geographical entity, but as a community united by shared purpose, mutual support, and a collective desire for progress. The governor says the new year presents another opportunity to strengthen collective resolve, deepen collaboration between governments and citizens, and advance further along the path of sustainable development. While emphasizing rehabilitation and reintegration, Governor Abiodun stressed the importance of giving deserving individuals a second chance to rebuild their lives and contribute meaningfully to society. Moving ahead, in another development, the Nigerian Army has dismissed allegations of non-payment of allowance and extortion by soldiers deployed in Ogun State, describing the claims as false, malicious, and misleading. The denial issued by the Assistant Director, Army Public Relations, 35 Artillery Brigade, Major Ideriji Akari, by the Nigeria Army ex-handle, says the denial is in response to the viral video that circulated on social media by an individual identified as Abdul. According to the Nigeria Army, the video alleged that soldiers deployed on company duties were denied their allowance and that troops mining border routinely extort motorists. Reacting to the allegations, the brigade denied that its troops were engaged in such activities and explained that the personnel deployed on company duties are operating under Operation Massa, a state-sponsored multi-agency security operation in Ogun, while stressing that the Nigerian Army maintains zero tolerance for indiscipline and extortion. In the statement added that before Brigadier General Godwin Nwuba assumed command of the brigade in January 2025, personnel under the operation received a monthly allowance of 45,000 naira, adding that the allowance is being paid regularly by the state government. Moving to Plateau State, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang has officially defected from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the All Progressive Congress (APC). The governor was formally received into the APC in Jos, where the state chairman of the party, Yusuf Batore, presented him with his membership card. Speaking at the event, Mutfwang said his decision to join the APC was taken in the interest of Plateau State, assuring residents that his administration would remain inclusive despite the change in party. Describing the move as a defining moment, the governor called on the people of the state to remain united. Mutfwang expressed appreciation to members of the PDP, his former party, for providing him with a platform for his political journey. Moving ahead, a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and former House Representatives candidate for Abeokuta South Federal Constituency, Toyi Amozu, has called on Nigeria to peacefully resist policies and leadership choices that continues to inflict poverty on them. Amozu gave his advice in a New Year message in Abeokuta while explaining that the country's challenges are no longer abstracted figures but daily realities confronting families struggling to survive. The PDP stalwart, who is also an Egbe chief, while encouraging citizens not to lose faith in Nigeria, described the prevailing situation as unacceptable in the country blessed with vast human and natural resources, noting that citizens are paying the price for years of economic mismanagement, corruption, and lack of accountability. Moving to Gabon, Gabon's president, Bras Oleguor Ngwoma stated the new year with major government reshuffle. This is the latest step in the consolidating the political transition underway since they took power in 2023. August Alexander Barrow Chimba became vice president to the republic, while Aman Imogot left the Ministry of Interior to take over as vice president of the government. Imogot's promotion is being seen as a reward for managing September legislative and parliamentary election, which resulted in Ongoma's Democratic Union of Building winning 101 of the 145 parliamentary seats. President Ngoma also signed a decree formalizing the make-up of the new government, with his team having 31 ministers, up from 30, of whom 10 are women. The president won a presidential election in April, 2 years after leading a coup that ended 55 years of the Bongo family ruled in the country. Meanwhile, at least 7 people have died and many others are missing after a boat carrying about 200 migrants attempting to reach Europe capsized off the coast of Gambia. Gambia Defense Minister says the boat overturned near Jinak village in the North Bank region, and it was later found grounded on a sandbank. 96 people have been rescued so far, and a search is continuing for other passengers who were aboard the ship-waked vessel that was heading towards Spain Canary Islands. Now on the foreign scene, United States President Donald Trump has warned Iran's authority against killing peaceful protesters, saying Washington will come to their rescue. In a brief post on social media handle, President Trump says the U.S. government is locked and loaded and ready to go, but gave no further details. A senior advisor to Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, responded by saying President Trump should be careful if they intervene, warning of potential chaos across the Middle East. At least 8 people are reportedly to have been killed in Iran after almost a week of mass protests sparked by worsening economic conditions. Now moving over to sports, Gabon's sports leadership has taken dramatic action after national team poor performance at the African Cup of Nations AFCON announced the suspension of the entire squad, the dismissal of the coaching staff, and the banning of the veteran star Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Bruno Akuli Manga. The Patans campaign ended in the disappointment of Bazoumana Toure injured time goal-headed. Defending champion Ivory Coast 3-2 victory. The loss marked Gabon's 3rd consecutive defeat in Group F, leaving them at the bottom of the table behind Ivory Coast, Cameroon, and even Mozambique. Gabonese government decision came after a review by the Council of Ministers following 3-2 lose to 102nd ranked Mozambique, which eliminated Gabon from progressing to the knockout stage. That's all on the news this hour. I am Kings Ojalo. It's a bye for now.